Actors, we've all got issues, so let's talk about them. I'm your host, Juan Ayala, and this is Actors with Issues. We are here with Larnell Stovall on Actors with Issues for a bite-sized interview to talk all about the new Peacock series, The Continental, from the world of John Wick. Larnell, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So before we dive into The Continental, what were some of your favorite action movies, action heroes you watched growing up?
Oh wow, jeez. Oh, you hit me with a serious one. Okay. First of all, look, Bruce Lee, icon,
Of course.
the swag, the charisma, the influence till this day. And of course, I'm a fan of the 80s style, the Hong Kong style. Whether it was Jackie Chan, Donnie Yen, or Jet Li, so mostly all of their films I grew up watching. And then of course the resurgence of Donnie Yen in the
Yeah.
early 2000s when he came back and changed the game again, with Killzone, SPL, and man, so yeah. But look, outside of that, I'm a big comic book fan. Obviously,
Mm.
I grew up with comic books and grew up with the animations, whether it was He-Man, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Thundercats, and then, so it's great to see those things in film now. But I'm in the industry due to a little movie named Blade. So Blade was the reason
Mm.
why I quit my jobs many years ago and decided to pursue this industry. So yeah, a little bit about me. So I'm
Mm.
kind of everywhere: anime, video games, manga, comic books, horror, action, sci-fi. I love it all.
Just all the genre stuff, all that fun
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. All fun stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And with you mentioned you had left another career to pursue one in entertainment. So how did
Mhm.
that ball get rolling? Where did you sort of first dip your toes into in terms of working in stunts and as an action director?
Oof. Condensed version is I saw Blade, stayed for the credits. I saw who was the stunt coordinator and the fight choreographer. I took the name down, went home, got on AOL, dialed,
I remember
and
it.
yep, found a gentleman by the name of Chuck Jeffries. And we traded emails back and forth. Eventually, those emails led to a VHS tape of me sending my competition katas and fighting and stuff. And he thought I had potential and basically said, hey, why don't you make your way out to LA? And maybe I can have a spot for you on Blade 2. You know, um, Politics and things didn't work out. He didn't do Blade 2, but
Mm.
I still took the chance and went to LA, stayed with a buddy, slept in his apartment, pursued the stunt career. From stunts, I grew into fight coordinating, fight choreography, then eventually stunt coordinating, and then many years later, action directing. It was a progressive thing because one thing I noticed is if you're a creator and you're trying to put together great action sequences, the stronger your voice, the stronger the final product will be. If you're just a fight coordinator, just a fight choreographer, you probably have 3 or 4 people above you that may have the final say over how your action is presented. But if you skip a few of those steps, and if you're patient and can get to action directing, then you're literally right next to the director. And
Mm.
you can film how the fight scene should be presented, which means the edit will reflect how it originally should be presented. So you might have a final say so in the final presentation of it and feel pretty good about what the audience is seeing.
That's fascinating. That was actually my next question, sort of like where on the hierarchy does that fall? But you answer that
Mm.
perfectly. But the show
Yeah.
continues this tradition from the John Wick movies of these like meticulous,
Mhm.
detailed single take sequences,
Yeah.
that involve well over a dozen people. As an actor, I've been in a few action sets myself. I know how long that
Mhm.
takes, so I can imagine what the filming days are like for this. But from the three episodes
Yeah.
of the Continental we've seen so far, are there
Yeah.
any standout sequences for you that are maybe your favorite
Ooh,
so far?
it's tough. I'm gonna say it's a tie. Okay. Episode 1, the stairwell.
Mm.
Okay, here's why. That's your first sequence that gets you into our world, into the 70s, into the audience going, what is this? Why are y'all doing a John Wick spinoff? Okay, great. I get it. I understand. But if you stay with us just for the first 6, 7 minutes, and by the time you get to that stairwell, you might sit back and go, oh, okay, this feels wickish. Okay, not bad, not
Yeah.
bad. But the key thing you got to remember is we're TV. John Wick films, they may have 3 to 4 days to do that same sequence. We shot that same stairwell fight in one day.
Well,
But that comes from precise timing, great rehearsals, producers having our back on doing whatever needed to be done to get the time I needed, even though I only had one day. So I'm proud of that because that's what started us off. That what I would think brought the audience some space to say, okay, this is not John Wick, but I'm gonna sit back and see what else you guys have to offer. Now, the finale fight, okay, with the ladies on the roof. I have to mark that as my top fight as well, due to you're only as good as your last 20 minutes to me. In most films, in most TV shows, especially a finale. If you drop the ball on that, it doesn't matter what happened before then, because
mm,
you're going to remember it sucked, or you're going to remember that you didn't walk away from the finale feeling pretty good about it all. So there was a lot of pressure on that, but those ladies, they stepped up and they killed it.
yeah. And before we go, quite a few of our listeners are young actors and artists who are, looking for advice from industry professionals. So, for anyone who wants to
Mhm.
get involved in stunts in action, what advice do you have for them?
Oof, I would say do your research first. Have patience. Make sure you're bringing some type of skill to the table. Our job is to enhance what's there. Sometimes we don't have time to create something that's not there. So, yeah, whether you go take boxing, whether you go take karate, jujitsu, taekwondo, um, any type of style, give us something to work with
Mm,
because it helps you compete with people who come in raw that have no athletic ability but then want to do the same thing you want to do. So give yourself an edge. Take it on weekends, take it on weeknights, find something. And then from there, just either the places like Los Angeles or Atlanta or key hubs that have a lot of stunt people, a lot of stunt facilities, a lot of stunt gyms that you can actually go to and train that actually have classes on
mm.
how to learn reactions, fight choreography, and how to be involved in stunts, even if it's the lightest version of it for right now, just to gain experience. So places like Jam is a gym. It's in LA and it's in Atlanta. You can look those up, look it up online, maybe take a trip, check it out, make sure this is what you want to do. It's a commitment.
Awesome, Alerno. That is our time. Thank you so much for taking the time to
All
chat
right.
with us. And again, huge congrats on
No
the show.
problem.
My dad's loving it.
Thank you. Thank
He
you.
grew up on the 80s action movies and he's adoring it. But yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome. Awesome. We're glad you enjoyed it.
Folks, don't forget these bite-sized interviews are exclusive to our YouTube channel, so make sure to subscribe to never miss any of our content. And you can watch new episodes of The Continental on Peacock every Friday. Thanks for joining us.